Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Skellimystic. I am here today in Marleybone. I have traveled far and I have traveled wide throughout the spiral. I have taken many a lump on the noggin from many an angry boss. But at last, I have managed to acquire all the new spells that we're going to get in Live Realm whenever it comes out. I think it's next week that's coming out. I think it is. I'm never quite sure with these guys, but I do believe it's next week. We have a new storm spell, a new fire spell, and a new life spell coming out. And I am going to show you what those spells are and demonstrate them here so you can see what the mechanics are. They're actually kind of cool looking. I had to come to Marleybone because I started doing this in Wizard City and they were wasting everything in Wizard City too easily. And then you couldn't see the second half of the spell. So, the first spell that we can get is Catch of the Day, which is a storm spell. You can get this from the Mushu Skeleton Key boss. It does 550 to 600 storm damage and remove 2 charms, 2 positive charms. And by the way, that one in Mushu is a wooden skeleton key boss. There's the Burning Rampage spell that you get from the Avalon skeleton key boss, and he's a stone key boss. Burning Rampage does 70 damage and then 700 fire 2 rounds later. And that one is probably the coolest one I think of all 3 of them. You get the Sacred Charge, which is a life spell. You get this one from the Gold Skeleton Key boss, the one that's in Darkmoor now. It's the plant boss. Sacred Charge does 500 life damage and absorb 250 damage to self. So it basically puts up an absorb shield on you. Alright, let me go ahead now and get over there and demonstrate these on these poor unsuspecting prowlers. Come here, buddy. Now, okay, well I got him by himself. Up. Now I got one really quick, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast the Catch of the Day and then I'll come back for 2 opponents. Catch of the Day, here it goes. Now I farmed these and the hardest one for me to get was the fire one. It probably took 15 or 20 tries to get that one. The other ones, you got to love it. Okay, that's the storm one. I'm going to discard this, discard this, discard this, discard. I'll go down to these spells. And I'm casting these with no boosts on them, you know, no colossal, no giant, no anything, just so you can see what they do by themselves. The storm is a little misleading because I am a storm and my natural boosted up. But the other 2 you're going to see without any kind of a bonus because I don't have bonuses on them. Anyhow, as I was saying in farming these, the hardest one for me to get was the fire. It took, I would say, at least 15 tries to get it. The other 2 were within 10. So this isn't really going to be like farming Lore Master spells where you got to go there all day long or 3 days longer and not get anything. It looks like they've lightened up the drop rate on this just a little bit. Let's see what he does here. On the next one, I'll cast that life spell, Sacred Charge. I take offense to that sunburn. All right, here we go with Sacred Charge on our poor unsuspecting prowler. Hey man, what's he doing casting a life spell? He's a storm. It's a pretty cool effect. I like that one too. I like that one too, but not as much as I do the fire one. There we go. And there you have that one. So what I'm going to do now is just skip out for a minute so I can start with fresh pips. I will be right back. I am back. I have an opponent, and we're going to cast the Burning Rampage spell in 2 turns as soon as I get the pips for it. Again, with no boosts or anything like that, just so you can see what it does. These are all, this time, these are all single target spells. We don't have any group attacks or anything out of the norm this time. And also, thankfully, no shadow pips required. I love my shadow spells, but sometimes waiting for a shadow pip is a pain in the rear. Okay, here we go. Burning Rampage. Here we don't go. Burning Rampage. Okay. I fizzled it. That's great. You saw it, guys, on camera. I fizzled the heck out of that spell for you. Good thing I get it back. I can't believe that happened. That's the first time I've fizzled in a while. I'm not used to it. That's what. That's an unintended oops fail. Well, at least I'll have the pips to do it again. See, now if I was in regular questing, I couldn't get shadow pips like that. All right, here we go. Let's give Burning Rampage another try. Probably should have boosted accuracy. There we go. I thought this was going to be very FireZilla whenever I first saw it, but it's not at all. And here it comes. You get the damage from the FireZilla falling on you. That's very, very original. And I'll wait for that guy to die, and I'll just Tempest the other guy off so he finish it up. And wait. There it is. Now they resisted a little bit because being as their fire, but that's what happens. Basically, it looks like a Stormzilla, but it acts kind of like a Fire Elf, except a bigger Fire Elf. Let me get rid of this guy, and I will end the video. I think I told you pretty much everything that has to do with these new spells. There we go. And that Prowler bites the dust, and we are done. Let me get over here, where they're not going to beat me up when I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, I think I've gotten every aspect of the spells, you mean where they're dropped at and who has them and all that stuff. But if I've missed anything, feel free to say something to me in the comments. Let me know about it, and I'll make sure that I cover it, all right? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Share with all your friends. That's getting the word out there, and it's very important. Thank you very much for all of that. If you want, leave a comment to talk to me, ask me questions, or just shoot the breeze, because I love to talk to you guys back. This is Skellimystic reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace. What's up, gamers? This is Skellimystic. I am here in the as yet unfinished halls of the Museum of Willowhaven to show you some of the wonderful, marvelous, and shiny things that you can get from the Avalon Key Boss. I've been in there about 20, maybe 25 times, and I've gotten quite a selection of hats, robes, a couple of